Greetings, church family. In the final part of our series, I would like to focus on Jesus and his words and the words that he shared with those who were following him and his disciples. In Matthew chapter 13, verse 3, he said, a farmer went out to sow his seed. Dear friends, as I was thinking about what I would share for the final part of this series, I was thinking about the concept of the seed and how when the seed is first sown, sometimes it looks like not much is happening. Sometimes because nothing is happening that we feel as if maybe the seed is worthless. Do you remember when you were in kindergarten or elementary school and they would make you plant the seed in the cup and you would have to watch the seed grow? And there are times when you are waiting for the seed to grow and it took forever before the part of the seed started to show its head above the surface of the soil. I learned a very valuable lesson then that stuck with me to this day. The greatest work that happens with the seed happens beneath the soil. The greatest work that happens beneath the seed happens beneath the soil. Too often, we judge the tree by its fruits, when in reality, that's important, but we need to also investigate what's happening in the roots. Dear friends, many of us, we have learned to be able to demonstrate good fruits. And when our fruits are tested and it's tested and people taste our fruit, they're like, man, there's not much substance here. You say, Matt, what do you mean? I grew up in a Caribbean household and I remember there are people that come over my house and I remember we'd have these fake plants and these fake fruits and they look real. But when you took hold of it, it had no authenticity to it. My dear friends, as we end our series about sowing, I encourage you, sow good seeds. Sow the seeds within your heart that comes from God himself. But don't just sow it. Make sure it's being sown in good soil so that the seed that is sown may produce 100 times over. My encouragement for you today is this. Make sure that the growth is happening beneath the surface first. When beneath the surface is healthy, above will also be healthy. There's a man that goes by the name of Myron Goldman, and I believe he explains this beautifully, that a tree, or when a seed is growing before it becomes a tree, the seed grows in both directions. It grows towards the light, which is called phototropic, and it grows with gravity, which is called gravitropic. So it's growing towards the light, while also growing with gravity towards the darkness, right? And so the tree grows in both directions. How much more important should the Christian grow in both directions? In the end, we will not only be judged for what the world sees, but we'll be judged for what no one may see, only God sees. I encourage you, continuously grow in both directions. Because if you're only growing towards the light, but beneath the soil, you're no longer growing, you will be exposed. Grow in both directions for his glory, by his grace. Produce good fruit. May the world know that God is good by not just the way that you live, but by the way that you love one another and the way that you demonstrate the love of God. It has been a pleasure to be on this journey with you. Continue to sow. You will reap what you sow. By the grace of God, we will reap good fruit. God bless you, church. God keep you until we meet again.